Gentlemen, welcome to your HSBN Media Day press conference. Coach, if you could just start by introducing yourself and then the gentleman you have up here with you today.
Sure, my name's John Druno. I'm the head coach over at Somerset Canyons High School in Boynton Beach. This is Anthony Orsinola, junior outfielder, Tyler Zemak, junior catcher, and Jake Malloy, junior shortstop.
I know you're fairly new to the coaching ranks. Coach, if you could, just share with us a little bit of your coaching background and the history of the game that you've been in.
Sure, I started in New York. When I moved to Florida in '95, started travel ball in Palm Beach County. Was the first travel team. Did that for a few years, actually 10 years, and started coaching at Cardinal Newman, the fall programs. And I went to Santa Lucia's, coached with Larry Green, seen at Santa Lucia's. When he moved to Park Vista, I went to Park Vista. I went to Summit Christian. 2011, we won a state championship. After that program shut down, went to Boynton Beach High School for, I think, 3 seasons, and then we went on over to Somerset Canyons.
And I think you're a volunteer coach as the head guy over there too, which is obviously not something you always see. I mean, you must really love the game and love coaching to do it as a volunteer.
Yeah, well, you know, I really didn't need the money, and when I was at Summit Christian, we didn't have any money, so my assistant head coach, Walter Lawrence, who now lives in Alabama, we paid out of our own pockets for uniforms, clay, sod. We spent about $40,000 in 5 years out of our retirement accounts to keep that program going. There was no money whatsoever. So yeah, we loved the game.
What does that mean to you guys as players? That you've got a coach that cares so much about your players, your team, that he's willing to personally invest his own money into you guys.
Well, he came to our school when pretty much we didn't have a high school baseball team, and he started a pretty good program, and it's getting better and better each year, and he's a great coach, and I like him a lot. He's a good coach.
He showed a lot of dedication. He's been out there. Last year we didn't have a home field. We just practiced at East Boynton, and now this year we're gonna have a home field because he was there every single day, like in the summer, just dedicated to the work and making the facility right just to play.
Yeah, Coach John is really passionate about the game and helping us as players try to get to the next level, and yeah, he's just there for whatever we need to help us out and improve.
Just like you said, Coach, he's the next level. I know that's one of the things you've always done a really good job of getting guys signed and going on to play baseball at the next level over the years. Do you have anybody in this year's group that's maybe signed or looking at signing?
Well, we had a couple of guys that were looked at today that Coach really liked from Lincoln Memorial University in Tennessee. But last year we had a couple of kids signed. One's at Stetson. One got a full ride to Palm Beach, and a couple of guys did the walk-ons. I know Jacob is over at Northwood, or the old Northwood. Now it's called, what's it called now? The old Northwood University. Kaiser. He's at Kaiser right now.
Coach, it's clear that you have an immense passion for baseball, obviously. Where does that come from? Like, what was it in your upbringing, your childhood, or whatever part of your life that gave you that passion for baseball?
Well, I grew up in New York, in the city, and we played sports all day, all night. You were out until the street lights came on. And you only had one TV in the house, so there was nothing to do in the house. So you stayed outside. I mean, I played high school football, basketball, baseball, American Legion. We're always on the go. Oh, as a 4-year-old, always outside playing by myself, running around in the streets with the other kids. It was just incredible. I loved that childhood. It was the best years of my life.
And what is it about baseball compared to the other sports, because you talk about playing all sports, that put you in the direction of baseball?
Well, baseball's the hardest sport in the world to play. It's a round ball and a round bat. And it's a tough sport. And, football, you run around and got 4 guys in front of you helping you. You got a guy doing a check block in basketball. Baseball, you're on your own. When the balls hit to you, all eyes are on you. You're all alone, no help. You got to make the play yourself. And I like that type of competition. I taught karate for 40 years. That's what I did for a living, martial arts. And I like that competitiveness and that, the challenge. You're on your own.
And with all that passion being put squarely into the team, what is the identity you're looking to get out of your team? What is it, when you have other people watch your team, what is it that you want them to take away from that game?
That they're well trained, well conditioned, and they enjoy the game. They smile a lot. I always tell the kids, look, you're not getting paid to play this game. Games are fun. When it's not fun, it's time to walk away from the game. Come back next year. It's got to be fun. You got to enjoy the game.
That's great. And to take it a step further, what about the X's and O's? What about the on the field stuff? What is your team going to look like this season? Are you guys going to be playing some small ball? Are you going to be pitching heavy? Like, what is the dynamic that you're looking
Well, this
for?
year we're very young. We don't have any seniors. So it depends on who we're going to play. But we're going to bunt a lot. We're going to steal and run because we're going to have to create situations, and we can't make any mistakes. We're not going to be able to come back from a 5-run deficit. We're going to have to play flawless baseball.
And I was looking at the, right out the gate for you guys, it's a nice little test. I think your first 4 games are on the road. Talk about being able to kind of, put your feet right to the fire right out the gate.
Well, being on the road, last year and the year before, we've always been on the road. We've never had a home field. So I think what's really going to change is having the home advantage. Being able to have the fans and just play for our school and represent our school is going to help us a lot this year. And the going on the road isn't really a big deal for us.
Exactly. So you guys are so used to it. I gotta assume that, unlike most teams, it's almost an advantage for you, especially even in playing some tougher road environments where they're kind of used to having that home field advantage.
Exactly.
On top of that, you guys changed districts this year.
Yes, we got moved. I think we're the only school in the state that got moved up.
And you joined into, I think it's probably the toughest district in Palm Beach.
I believe
County.
so, yeah.
Talk about that challenge now.
That's
It's a huge district.
That's going to be a tough challenge for us. But I like that. I mean, when I was at Summit Christian, we always played they were our rivals, American Heritage. Those were great baseball games. And so I like playing in a tougher district. I want to play better teams. You always play up when you play a better team. You raise your game. And I'm looking forward to the schedule. It's going to be tough than it was last year, but it's going to be a good game.
This one's for the players. So, you were saying the lack of senior leadership, but you have leadership here. So for the players, as juniors, how are you guys stepping into that role of leadership? Because it was only maybe 6 months ago that you were 15 years old in a lot of cases and looking for leadership, and now you have to give that leadership. Maybe you guys can talk about that change of role for you guys.
Well, we think everybody on our team has their own role, and we don't really look at like captain standpoint, but everybody just does their own role, and that's pretty much what we've been doing lately. That's pretty much it.
Is it working really well? Is that you find that's the rest?
If you just everybody does their own role, we're successful.
And maybe the other guys, you can talk a little bit about how you feel about that.
Like, I think whenever we first get out to practice together, we all communicate with each other. We don't boss each other around. We more like try and help each other. We don't think one is better than the other. Together we are just as good. And I think that really helps. And coming in for this next season and last season, it helped a lot too. We had a lot of seniors last year, but we did the same thing. There wasn't really any top leader. We all worked together.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're just pretty much picking up the slack for having an absence of seniors this year, so we're just following in the footsteps of last year's seniors. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you guys, for the fall, had games, you had, workouts leading up to this spring season. Where are you seeing improvements in your team? Because you guys being a young team, obviously there's a lot of improvements that most likely happen in the off season. As a coach, what are you seeing, and as players, what are you guys seeing?
We played over in the Park Vista Fall League in the fall, and I was, we got to realize it's going to be pretty tough, and we really played well. I was really shocked. I said to my wife, I said, this is a good team. These kids are young. But nobody, I don't think we lost. We lost a couple of games. It's only fall ball, but we made the plays. They hit. Our pitching was very good, man. I got some young kids that can throw. An 8th grader. I got a freshman. Boy, their lights out on the mound. And with these guys, oh, we had a good fall. I was very impressed with the defense, the hitting. The hitting could be a little bit better. Always, that's the hardest part of the game. But I was very excited about what I saw.
And I know, obviously, any coach, you want to have veterans, you want to have seniors. It's helpful. But also, a guy like you who just loves to coach so much, I got to assume that you also are really enjoying this because there's so much more times where you have to kind of teach and instruct these younger players. Is that the case?
Well, I've always been a teacher. I've always worked with young kids. And like I said, I've been teaching karate for almost 40 years. So I've always worked with kids. I taught kindergarten. I taught preschool. I taught a deaf class. I've been around kids my entire life. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. That's my satisfaction. If I'm not at the baseball field, I'm home. That's it. Only 2 places you're going to find me.
Most likely it's the baseball field.
Most likely. I was at the we renovated the Boynton Beach field. I was there every day since the last day of school up until last week. 7 days a week, every day. Get that field ready for us. So we love the game and we love doing what we do.
It's got to make it easier for you guys as players to commit to this team when you have that sort of commitment from the leadership. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they come on the weekends and they put their time in with me too. I have no choice.
Last question is: are there any specific benchmark goals that you've set for the guys this year?
Well, I have. I would love to be 500 in this new district this year. That's going to be a tough road to go, but I think we can do it. I really think that we can do it. If we play errorless baseball and the kids can remember their jobs and what they're supposed to do, we can do it. But that's the hardest thing with teenagers, keeping them focused at the task at hand.
Believe in that same thing as well? Are they starting to believe in that, you think?
Yeah, they do. And they're good kids. I mean, I got good kids, and they listen and stuff, but like everything else, I can't let the emotion get involved and take them out of their game. That's going to be the hardest part.
Yeah, especially in such a competitive, tough district like that.
And especially when the other team's driven from the dugout and they're on the field and insulting you and doing what they got to do. You can't let that bother you. You can't.
How has media day been for you guys? And for the players too. Being that you're a young team, how's everybody been with media day?
Well, this is my first year coming to media day. I had a good time, and I get a chance. What's nice about media days, I get a chance to see all the old coaches I haven't seen in a long time, and some kids on different teams, and talk about the summer. So it's a nice social get together too, even though it's serious baseball, but it's a nice atmosphere.
Well, we appreciate you guys very much for coming and being part of it.
Thank you. Well, glad to come. Thanks for having us.
A great season as well, and hopefully having you guys back next year and all the years ahead.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen.